Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, the Assembly amendments to Senate Bill 536 were technical in nature. The bills received no votes in either House. I respectfully ask your aye vote.
Any debate or discussion? Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Leno. Lara. Aye. No. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Senator Senator Roth moves a call. File item 107 is not available, has been re-referred to rules. File item 108, Senator Mendoza. File item 108, pass on file. Colleagues, we are now going to go to Senate third reading. Those are file items 112 to 121. File items 112 to 121. We start with SCR 80, number 112 by Senator Runner, not at her desk. File item 113 by Senator Galgiani. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 139 by Senator Galgiani, an act relating to controlled substances and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Galgiani.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. SB 139 would define the legal consequences for the use or possession of a synthetic cannabinoid or stimulant compound, more commonly referred to as bath salts or spice. Part of the reason that these drug dealers are having so much success marketing the drugs to teenagers and young adults is that they are able to market them as being legal. Up until my bill last year, simple possession of these chemical drugs were actually legal under state law. I've now learned that underground chemists have been skirting the law by slightly altering the chemical compounds of these drugs to come up with new versions, which technically are not illegal yet because of a small chemical change. SB 139 will close these loopholes in state law by better defining the chemical compounds used to manufacture these synthetic drugs and allow law enforcement to be better equipped in getting these drugs out of our communities. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam President. I would just like to compliment the senator in front of me for doing this in the counties. We certainly have had a lot of problems with bath salts and innovative chemists that routinely change the chemical structure to avoid prosecution. So this is going to save lives and hopefully give some tools to local government to combat the problem. Thank you for your authorship of this. I would urge an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Stone. Further debate or discussion? Further debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Senator Galgiani, would you like to close?
I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
All debate having ceased, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Senator Galgiani moves a call. File item 114, Senator Pan. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 86 by Senator Pan relative to Little Saigon.
Senator Pan.
Thank you, Madam President and Senators. Proud to present this SCR 86 on Little Saigon with support of Senators Nguyen and Assemblymember McCarty. And I present to you SCR 86, which celebrates the Vietnamese and Little Saigon communities throughout California. The Vietnamese communities and established Little Saigons have contributed greatly to our cultural diversity and economy. California is home to at least 4 designated Little Saigons, with one being located right here in Sacramento and another located in Orange County, which has the largest Little Saigon in our state with over 189,000 Vietnamese American residents. Please join me in recognizing the positive contributions of the Vietnamese community, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Debate or discussion? Yes, Senator Nguyen.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to thank Senator Pan for putting this on and appreciate the recognition of Vietnamese Americans and their contribution, not only in California, but all across the nation. And, you know, my district is the home to the largest Vietnamese residents outside Vietnam, and so it's a great honor, and I just want to thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Nguyen. Any further debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Senator Pan, would you like to close?
Respectfully ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
All debate having ceased, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Anderson, aye. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Hall, aye.
Senator Pan moves a call. File item 115, Senator Pan. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Resolution 44 by Senator Pan relative to National Health Center Week.
Senator Pan.
Thank you, Madam President, Senators. Today I present to you Senate Resolution 44, which establishes the week of August 9th to August 15th as National Health Center Week in California. Community clinics and health centers are at the core of our nation's healthcare safety net, having to serve everyone and anyone who walks through their doors. These clinics play a critical role in providing access to care, particularly primary care, especially as we're implementing the Affordable Care Act and Medi-Cal expansion, and are improving the quality of care is being delivered through the creation of patient-centered medical homes and taking a lead in ensuring we improve the quality of care in California. Celebrating National Health Center Week offers us the opportunity to recognize America's health centers, their dedicated staff and board members, and all those responsible for their continued growth and success in taking care of our most disadvantaged. Please join me in honoring the importance of these community clinics and health centers. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Jackson.
Aye.
Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Berryhill. Canella. De Leon. Fuller, Huff, Nilsson, Runner. Runner, aye.
Ayes 34, no 0. The measure passes. File item 116, Senator Bates. Do you wish to take this item? I pass on file 117, Senator Pan. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 87 by Senator Pan relative to the 104th National Day of the Republic of China.
Senator Pan.
Thank you, Madam President, Senators. Pleased to present to you Senate Concurrent Resolution 87, which recognizes the 104th National Day of the Republic of China, or more popularly known as Taiwan. This celebration commemorates a successful revolution led by Dr. Sun Yat-sen that ended 4,000 years of imperial rule and the founding of the first democratic republic of Asia. It also recognizes the friendship between Taiwan and California through the sister statehood established in 1984. Our partnership with Taiwan continues to grow, and Taiwan is now the 7th largest trading partner for California.
Okay,
please join me in celebrating the 104th National Day of the Republic of China. Thank you. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson?
May I just, we are now going through the vote, and the bills will no longer be put on call. We will close the roll. So we'd like all members here. We're sort of heading towards the tail end of this day's session. We'd like all members on the floor. From now on, bills will be done. We'll go through it twice, then close the roll. Sorry, Mr. Secretary. Why don't we start again?
So Allen, Anderson? Bates? Aye. Bell? Berryhill, Block, I. Cannella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, I. Galgiani, I. Glazer, I. Hall, I. Hancock, I. Hernandez, I. Hertzberg, I. Hill, I. Weso, I. Huff, Jackson, I. Lada, I. Leno, I. Leva, I. Liu, I. McGuire, I. Mendoza, Mitchell, I. Monning, Morlock, I. Morrell, I. Wynn, I. Nielsen, Pan, I. Pavley, I. Roth, I. Runner, I. Stone, I. Vidak, I. Wachowski, I. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Bell, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Berryhill, Cannella, De Leon, Fuller, Huff, Mendoza, I. Monning, I. Nielsen.
Ayes 34, no 0. The resolution is adopted. Colleagues, we have four more of these measures. Then we are going to go back. Senator Wolk would like to do file items 93 and 100. Senator Hertzberg would like to do file item 231. If there are any members who would like to bring up a bill that was passed on initially, if you would let Bernie know at the desk, we'll take them up. Otherwise, we are going to complete our rotation here and then lift the calls. And then we will be going into the extraordinary session. So let's go now to file item 118. Senator Mendoza, do you wish to pass on file? File item 119, Senator Wynn. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 150 by Senator Wynn, an act relating to taxation to take effect immediately, tax levy.
Senator Wynn.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Bill 150 will assist former students of Corinthian colleges by exempting them from state income tax on forgiven student loans. On May 4th, Corinthian colleges declared bankruptcy and closed or sold all 107 of its former campuses nationwide, severely impacting more than 13,000 Californian students. Unfortunately, former Corinthian college students have been denied the opportunity to graduate because the schools don't exist anymore, but they still remain liable for the loan debt. Currently, if the students choose to have these loans discharged through the different federal, state, or private program options for debt loan forgiveness, our state law will treat the discharged debt as an income tax liability. The students that are usually most affected by Corinthians closures are low-income Californians, veterans, and students of color. It's not physically responsible for the state to burden these students with income tax that they can't afford at no fault of their own. Let's not keep these students between ongoing student loan debt with no education and a wall of state income tax liability, neither of which they will be able to afford. I respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Nguyen. Debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 37, no 0. The resolution is adopted. Excuse me, the measure is adopted. Senator Nguyen.
I would also like to ask if this can be immediately transmitted to the Assembly.
Will be so noted. Thank you. File item 120, SB 448 by Senator Wesso. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 448 by Senator Hueso, enact relating to sex offenders and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Wesso.
Good, Madam. Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Senators, I am proud to present SB 448. This bill would make technical fixes to Proposition 35 regarding the requirement that sex offenders share their online identifiers with law enforcement. Specifically, this bill would require sex offenders who had previously used the internet in connection with their crime to report their online identifiers to law enforcement. In November of 2012, with 81% of the vote, Californians approved Proposition 35, also known as the CASE Act or Californians Against Sexual Exploitation. Proposition 35 is the most popular initiative in California history, and it aims to protect victims of sexual exploitation. Upon passage, the measure was challenged. A district court upheld a restraining order that was filed and issued a preliminary injunction against the law, stating that there were some portions of the law that were not in line with the Constitution and that would likely have a chilling effect on freedom of speech rights. I have been working with the public safety community and the ACLU over the recess to further address the concerns of the court and to reduce the cost of the bill. Those amendments will define what a nexus is between the use of the internet and the crime, adopt the Utah definition of what is an internet identifier, remove the provisions that make the information available to the public, and define what a nexus is between the use of the internet and the commission of a sex offense. I have committed to Senate Public Safety to work with the members, to work with the chair, to make sure that we draft the language that is most appropriate to meet these definitions. The Federal District Court has given the legislature the unique opportunity to address the constitutional concerns that were raised by the opponents of Prop 35. I think that the legislature has a special obligation to fix this proposition, as it is the most popular in the state's history, and find a way to make it work to protect Californians. I urge an aye vote so we can ensure that we get this into effect in the next few months. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hueso. Debate or discussion? Is there any debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson.
Aye.
Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon, Fuller, Morlock.
Ayes 37, no 0 on the urgency. Ayes 37, no 0 on the measure. File item 121, Senator Bates. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 423 by Senator Bates, an act relating to hazardous waste and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Bates.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, Senate Bill 423 creates a streamlined option for managing over-the-counter pharmaceuticals and dietary supplements that would otherwise, under the existing Medical Waste Management Act, add to the landfill waste stream as they are currently being incinerated. I've been working closely with the Senate Environmental Quality Committee and Chairman since early this year, along with the departments and the stakeholders. The consumer products referenced in SB 423 are sold at thousands of retail locations throughout California. They include sunscreens, medicated shampoos, and some deodorants. When these products leave the retailer's shelf, they go to a variety of destinations, ultimately with the hope of minimizing the product waste in the environment. The existing statute under the Medical Waste Management Act is currently unworkable and confusing for retailers, which limits the ability for reverse distribution of these products. Essentially, reverse distribution is the collection of damaged, outdated, or unsold goods, and then these products are liquidated, returned to the vendor, donated to local charities, recycled, reused, reclaimed, and ultimately, if needed, they are destroyed by incineration. As noted earlier, the challenge in determining how any surplus of these types of products should be handled suggests the need for this bill in order to establish a criteria to properly handle and manage the products. This bill would not only clarify current law to make it easier to reverse distribute in California, it would also ensure that retailers do not overmanage useful products as waste, and instead encourage liquidation and donation. And therefore, we will achieve better waste reduction. We do still have work to do on the issue. I appreciate where we are today. I want to thank Senator from Fremont for his work with me during this process. I ask for your support on this important legislation, noting that it is a 2-year bill. It needs to get to the Assembly for some more amendments and work on it.
Thank you, Senator Bates. Debate or discussion on this item? Is there any debate or discussion on this item? Senator Wieckowski.
Madam President, the gentleman from Orange County is correct. The Environmental Quality Committee has been working on ways to get the benefits of diverting some of this medical waste from the waste stream. We know it has an impact on our human life. Obviously, the impact on aquatic life is there. We're looking at that criteria for handling these prescription drugs, and I look forward to working with the gentlewoman in urgent aye vote.
Any further debate or discussion? Senator Bates, you may close.
Just ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. All debate having ceased, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 38 on the urgency, ayes 38 on the measure. All right, colleagues, we are going to go back and cover a few items that we did not cover earlier. We're going to start with file item 90 and then go to file items 93, 100, and 231. If anyone else has a measure they'd like to bring up, please do so right now to Bernie, and we'll set it out on the list. Senator Nielsen on file item 90. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 193 by the Committee on Veterans Affairs and act relating to the state militia.
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, Senate, this is a Veterans Committee bill. The California Military Department has a system of military law that tracks and comports with federal military law. Over time, federal statutes and regulations change. That puts California sometimes at odds, or at least not in sync, and they would be, in many cases, obsolete. What this bill does, it removes the arcane and outdated duplicative language that govern our state's court-martial proceedings and makes that language consistent. The Assembly amendments inserted additional corrections that was based on the technical correction advice of the military department. That's all those amendments do. This bill did pass, I believe, unanimously. Previously, I urge an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Nielsen. Any debate or discussion? And if we could kind of quiet the chamber down a little bit in the back, it's getting a little noisy. Let's quiet it down a little bit, please. All right, thank you. Is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 38, no 0. Assembly amendments are concurred in. All right, we will move on, colleagues, to file item 93 by Senator Wolk. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 276 by Senator Wolk and Act relating to Medi-Cal.
Senator Wolk.
Thank you, Madam President. 276 is here on concurrence. It conforms to a recent federal policy reversal by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Amendments that were taken in the Assembly state that the bill will not be implemented until the department receives the necessary federal approval, and to clarify that charter schools are included in the definition of LEAs. There has been bipartisan support. I ask for your concurrence in Assembly amendments.
Thank you. Debate or discussion? Is there any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none. On file item 93. Is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 38, no 0. Assembly amendments are concurred in. File item 100 by Senator Wolk. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 462 by Senator Wolk and Act relating to alcoholic beverages and declaring there's thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Wolk.
Madam President and members, 462 is about a tied house exemption for the Green Music Center on Sonoma State's campus. The Assembly amendments resolve a chaptering issue, a conflict with 557 by Senator Hall, so that both bills will take effect if signed by the governor. Unanimous bipartisan support, no opposition. I ask for your concurrence in amendments.
Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is there any debate, any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 39, no 0. Assembly amendments are concurred in. Up next, Senator Hertzberg, file item 231. Mr. Secretary, please read. File item 231.
Make it up.
Assembly Bill 402 by Assemblymember Dodd and Act relating to local agency formation.
Senator Hertzberg.
Thank you, Madam President. Decades ago, the governor's father, dealing with the great challenges that we face among the growing number of municipal and jurisdictions and special districts, created a process known as the Local Agency Formation Commission that a series of distinguished authors have modified throughout the years. It is intended to deal with this larger issue of spheres of influence among jurisdictions, but it is not perfect. It is not perfect. And so Assemblymember Dodd has introduced, both for San Bernardino County and Napa County, a pilot project that gives flexibility to that process, a wise choice. I ask for your vote on this measure.
Eloquently said. Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Pan. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk. Aye. Rothar.
Call the absent members.
Berryhill. Aye. Bates, no to aye. Glazer. Aye. Nielsen. Pan. Aye.
Ayes 39, no 0. The measure passes. Members, we're moving to file item 204. 204, Senator Galgiani. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 732 by Assemblymember Cooper, an act relating to livestock and making an appropriation therefore.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. AB 732 would create a brand inspection exemption for cattle being sold when the cattle are not being moved to a different farm and when the controlling interest of the farm remains the same. This bill also updates in the statute the recent fee increase for brand inspection and registration fees. The inspection includes a fee and is an unnecessary cost to families that are just adding minority owners and the cattle are not moving off of the farm. AB 732 would reduce costs to families working to maintain their farms and bring on the next generation to continue California's successful farming tradition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Wynn. No. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Bell, aye. Huff, aye. Allen. Aye. Canella. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Stone. Aye.